potentials of being able to not necessarily always rely on that sort of song TP as an escape, right? You get sort of a cast range item on the Shaker. You're able to reach in from the edge of the song, aren't you? Or not quite?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, later in the game you can. I do think you need a lens to execute that.
Yeah.
But early on, you don't care about the Shaker so much. At least you're not like the PL where you are together with your illusions at all times of the game. So there's definitely times for Crystallis in this game where he will be very strong. It's going to be a bit swingy. He's going to be very strong from like minute 10 to 20. Then there's a few minutes where he's not as strong when they get their Blink Daggers and Shards. But Secret, they need Crystallis to have a good game. I want to see him even more farmed than in the game they had yesterday, because that is what he's going to need to pull off in order to win this game.
Absolutely. Let's see, as I say, if he can do it. 100% win rate so far on the Crystallis Nagasara. And yes, it's just one game, but stats are still stats.
Stats don't lie.
Yeah. So let's see what Secret can do here. Very much feeling that this again was the game for it, grabbing it as the last pick. And yeah, Entity, I mean, as you were mentioning at the start of the whole series, their ability to play the off-lane Chen is going to be coming into action here. Toby taking the Chen to the top lane.
I feel like it shouldn't be that good of a lane for them top. Maybe with the Shaker, again, you can try to double wave a little bit with the Shaker block, but Naga should just free farm here, and Chen shouldn't have the easiest time to pressure that lane. Also, if Stormer decides to go for Exort, which he is, as Fishman is taking quite a beating down bottom for now.
I should get caught by the hook. See if Puppey can finish him off. He needs one more right click, but won't quite be able to get in on top of him. No first blood to be found yet. It's Pure. Should be fine here as well, yeah. Zayat's not going to find the chance to set up on him. Maybe looking back towards Fishman. Fishman already salving back up. And of course, you know, looking at this as well, how do you sort of feel Pudge is in terms of his strengths back in that support role? Because this, of course, it's a patch where, you know, Pudge in the support position, that is not the common thing to see.
I would say he is better than people give him credit for. You know, like, just because you have a Pudge in your lane doesn't mean that the game is instantly over or that the guy is griefing you. It's really not that bad. His base stats are good. Hook deals a tremendous amount of damage. It's like 150 pure for 100 mana. It's definitely very strong, as we see a little bit of lane swaps already. Secret want to have the Pudge against the Chen, and they also looks like they wanted to have the cores away from each other. So we'll see how this plays out, because this way you don't actually have the Naga lane into the Chen. But you now have Omni Chen lane, which is definitely something I don't see in my pubs.
No, this is some fun stuff here from Entity. And every reason to believe that it's going to work very well to their favor with their track record so far. See bottom. Katsum getting a good little bit of a Fisher block off onto Puppey, but not quite with the ability to take him out at this early level. And I believe we saw this sort of same position that Crystallis was farming in the last time he played Nagasara the other day. You know, he was down in the bottom lane. In this lane situation, is he going to be able to free farm? Does he get scary for the Nagasara downer at all against these two?
I feel like it starts off good, and it should stay this way the whole time. Morphling, once again, a hero that doesn't deal too well with illusions. The only way Entity can do well in this lane is if they keep clicking Crystallis down, so that when he spawns Illus that they're not full HP, and then maybe with some Fissure they can clear them. But for now, we should see Crystallis be most likely at least among the top of the net worth chart at like 5 to 6 minutes.
We'll see top lane. Bit of an attempt there from Rezo to run down Toby, but Toby's got plenty of one charges. Good amounts of regen as well, so he's fine. We're seeing the jungle, a bit of a battle here between Fishman and Zayat.
Hilarious fight.
And one's got the hook, one's got the hammer.
Maybe not enough heft.
And we'll try for it there, but not quite able to get the angle. Looking over towards the mid lane. See Nisha. 12 for 5 here against Storm. Storm was 11 for 3. Kunkka having that nice little bit of an edge in terms of being able to harass the Invoker. Find the option to try and clean through the Forge Spirit sometimes. Should allow this to stay a pretty even matchup.
Yeah, Kunkka, Nisha in this matchup, he might be slightly ahead over time. I would definitely like if Puppey looks for moves into middle, especially when you play against an Exort Invoker. He he has a hard time staying full HP against Kunkka, and also you do have to set up with an X-Mark Torrent potentially later. And similar to the game yesterday, if you remember, they had this Naga in the offlane, and it allowed their support to rotate very early on out of the lane. And it's, to be fair, it should be very similar in this matchup. Because as we said, Crystallis, he should have a good time in this lane, even if he ends up 1v2 for short amounts of time in this laning stage.
One thing for certain, though, it does look like with this setup that it will be another game where Pure just gets complete free farm in the lane setup that he's ended in. So, whilst Crystallis may also be able to hit the creeps down here, nothing seems to be showing any signs of slowing down Pure, and we very much saw that become a problem rather quickly in that game one, as Pure was able to hit that 20-minute timing on the Manta Skadi.
Yeah, luckily this game for Secret is not as good as a Morph game as the last one. It was, to be fair, pretty hard to replicate such a good Morph game once more. I would definitely like Secret to, as I said before, try to speed up Nisha's game a little bit. He's the one that's going to go around, get some tempo, as we have a bit more trading up top with Fishman and Zayas here.
Now Fishman is charging in under the tower there. Full aggression here from the Omni. And as it goes with the CS, continues to be very even between Toby and Resolution. 16 and 9 on the Chen, 17 and 2 on the Bat. So should be on track to get this pretty early timing on it, his first sort of aura item that Toby wants to get out.
Honestly, this Pudge in the top lane is already doing a pretty decent job, as we might have a little go here on Rezo. He's trying to sticky up both at the same time. But what do you know, it doesn't do too much in this patch anymore, since he still dispels both the targets.
See if he's able to build up those stacks again. Zayas is trying to run in at them, but Fishman, he's happy to trade with this. He's going to have another hammer in a second to throw down at Zayas, and there it is! Out goes the Hammer of Purity, and first blood is claimed.
Well, I guess I cursed him. I mean, so far at least, it looked like he was doing pretty well, because if I see this matchup played straight into each other, as we have some more goals on bottom, Puppy. Nice net by Crystal, that's very interesting.
Does mean Pure won't be able to get that waveform off and be able to catch Puppy, so Puppy will live there, thanks to the early skill of the net from Crystallis. Now over towards the mid, 6-minute power runes in play. Will be a haste top. See Fishman swing over and be able to take control of that one. Nisha getting aggressive under the tower, has hit the 6. So
he's going to get whacked a few times.
Very strong. Yeah, Fishman's going to be ready to run him down. Zip around a little bit. So back up. Now in the mid, Puppy is around to back Nisha up if he finds any sort of setup with the X mark. But doesn't look like he'll be given the opportunity. Stormer sitting back safely, making sure that he reliably gets this last bit of gold for his Midas. In fact, he'll maybe just turn it towards the camp, or at least just stay underneath this tier 1 tower, as that Midas will be out once again in very good timing here for him. Top. This time round, Fishman should be in trouble. He's got a Maledict on him. And indeed he will fall. So Puppy coming in to make the rotation. Sunstrike. Damage just gets split. Rezo, it's going to be fine. Toby not quite able to stay on top of him.
Nice rotation and nice heads-up play from Puppy also there afterwards to split the damage from the Sunstrike, because that was definitely a kill on him. Now, getting this kill on Omni, it can be a very big deal, especially if Fishman would make the mistake to TP out to a lane, which he is not doing, so well done by him. Because if he TPs somewhere to a lane, it would open up for Secret to dive the mid lane without him then being TP ready. But, you know, Fishman, he's smart. He's like, I need to ready to save my homies. He's just going to walk out with his hammer, keep his TP ready. Stormer, as you mentioned, he finishes Midas already again under 8 minutes. Very good timing for him. Now, 8-minute rune coming up, and I would still like to see Secret try to involve Nisha in this game. He's very strong. Maybe also eventually look for like a lane swap around later, where you put the Kunkka into a side lane, maybe with open a play here on Pure, or come top against the Chen, because eventually Secret should look to swap up their cores at least a little bit. I think this Chen will take over top at some point.
See mid Nisha. He's going to look to drop the combo on Fishman. Doesn't seem like it's going to be enough damage. Puppey tries to step in to help out, but the TPs are coming in.
Pure
And
is
now
here.
Pure, he turns into the Kunkka to use the combo against Nisha for the setup. 4 heroes of Entity surrounding Nisha. He's going to try and run from this one, but the waveform's there from Pure as they'll turn it around and get the kill against him themselves. Some nice fast movements there from Pure, using the power of the Kunkka against him.
Well, that's just a very heads-up rotation as Resolution having a bit of a battle with Toby. He's going to pop the Hand of God.
It's going to be the backup here from Fishman. He's now going to be able to make him have a chance of potentially turning this. Sunstrike comes in and indeed Rezo gets taken out. Puppey will get the cask off onto the 2 of them, but Zayats falls. See if Puppey can get a bit of a cleanup here as both are ticking down very low to the Maledict. Indeed he will. Puppey may have lost sort of the other 2 by his side, but he will get a cleanup. Down bottom, though, Crystalis in a whole world of pain there, only just managing to sneak away from Pure. He'll have to take a walk back. There's not quite the mana available on Stormer, so won't be able to throw out any Sunstrikes in an effort to catch him.
Clarity is coming.
Maybe
I would like to see
is
if
he
he
still
goes
going to
for
go
it.
for it? I'd love to see it.
Go,
if he does,
scan.
Do
Nah,
it,
He's
do
not.
it.
He knows.
Come on, do it.
Oh, he's invoking triple Exort? No, he's not.
Oh, come on, do it.
No Reddit clip
no.
for today.
No.
At least not from this minute. I must say,
Yeah.
what happened? Okay, so this smoke, for now at least, from Secret, I like it. We'll get back to it in a moment.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened in the last 2 minutes to the network between the Morph and the Naga, because Pure even TP'd mid. He made a super clutch play going mid as we have a cool hook up top on Toby.
Yeah, looks like there won't be anyone heading up there to help him out. 3 heroes on top of him. Not a chance, so we'll get taken down. Secret now able to put some pressure onto this tier 1 tower off the back of that kill.
A little similar to last game. Now, minute
Yeah.
10, Entity, they feel strong, as they should. Their Invoker has double Forge Spirit, like the good old days. They put their Shaker here. It's like deja vu from last game. They come here, minute 10, Siege Creep, they bring the supports, and they're just going to look to apply some pressure here.
See what Secret can do to slow this down. Puppey and Zayats. Maybe looking for an angle. Take out the siege creep. Further TP's coming in now. Nisha ready for the fight. At the same time he comes in. Entity, they know it's time to back off. They won't allow Secret to get any sort of setup out of this.
Secretly definitely responded to that play very well. Nisha stayed top after the first initial kill on Toby. They take the tower, he then TPs mid to make sure their own mid tower is secured. And once again for Entity, as we have a bit more pressure on bottom, they're just going to look to take this tier 1 as we have a net on Pure. Rezo is here too. No lasso though.
Turns into the Naga Siren there. Get some illusions out and we'll continue to run. See backup coming in for Pure. This is going to be a hard kill for them to try and get. Indeed, with the skill boom, no lasso, but even if it was there, Fishman would have been ready with some protection. Pure's going to be fine. Secret not able to chase
Nice
out a
ice
kill there.
wall.
Stormer, he's got the kill out of that. Killing off sights underneath the tower. Again, you know, very much in his element here on the Invoker. 2-0-1. He's going to be hitting some fast timings. I mean, we're just 12 minutes in or so, and again, the 2 at the top there, Pure and Stormer. It seems like they're on track for a bit of a repeat of what both were able to do in Game 1 in Kezu.
Absolutely. I'll play a little game with you. Okay, so I think Entity's draft is a little better. Their 5-man is very strong, and they're hitting decent timings. What do you think their win probability is right now?
It's already on the
God
screen. I've
damn
been
it.
spoiled. I've been spoiled.
Okay, we'll
what
play
would
this
you
game
say?
again later.
Yeah,
I would have
sure.
said 72.
You would have gone
without
around there.
looking.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. Well, it is just 1,000 gold difference. But we saw how quickly that just blew open after sort of the following fights in Game 1 around this moment. If she couldn't get a catch in the mid, they managed to get the angle for the hook. As they'll drag down Fishman, but Fishman's got friends. But the GA, that's only trying to get in on top of Nisha, but the boat comes crashing down over the 2, and then
Nice
we'll drop
echo.
the Echo Slam. Puppey from the low ground, using the Death Ward. Won't be able to take down Katsuomi, but they will get Fishman. They'll get one of them out of this secret.
Good play by Secret. Come over, try to make a bit more use of the spell combos that they do have. They always have the X into a potential hook, or the X Mark Torrent into some Witch Doctor plays as they try for some more in the mid lane. the one problem that they're running into right now is that they're playing a lot of single target spells and spell combos into an Omni Knight. It's something I mentioned yesterday. I mean, Omni Knight loves this, right? He loves when you throw 8 spells on one hero. He comes, haha, I press my W, you're free. Not only are you free, but you gain a lot of HP, a lot of HP regen. So again, it's a type of situation where Secret need to look for heroes that aren't too close to towers or like too close to their teammates that they can take these plays really. Because for now, they cannot use the Naga Siren. Crystallis has no real purpose in most of the fights. For now, all he can do is push waves and help his team to get control his bottom. Beautiful hook.
Very nice angle there from Zayats. See backup coming in and try and bail Katsomi out of this. He'll get around a couple of stuns off. Stormstormer and Fishman trying to hold them off, but Katsomi will fall. Secret, they get the kill and they're able to back off in time. We'll see a bit of an attempt from Entity to chase. Pure closing the gap on Zayats, turns into the Pudge, able to use his hook against him. Fishman's also going to be there to buff Pure up, allow him to continue to chase down Zayats. They'll slow him out with the hammer. He's up to the high ground. Pure, he wants to keep going, goes in the waveform, gets the kill. We'll see Secret in their numbers be able to maybe turn this. They drop down the boat.
Firefly in 2
It's a
seconds.
huge amount of damage coming out over towards Pure. He's building up the strength. Is it going to be enough to save him? He's going to try for the TP out, but the damage has been done. Secret, they will manage to punish Pure's over-aggression there as yeah, he was ready to just charge into that triangle no matter what. It does cost him his life.
Yeah, he definitely got a little too cocky there, trying to chase Zayas for that long, who was incredibly tanky. Fluffy head, Raindrop, Tranquil Boots with the Fletch Heave, just tanking through a lot of damage, and then, you know, just overstepping his welcome a little too much into a Maledict. And a Bad Rider is very scary against Morphling until you have items if he gets to chase you. And when you go this deep into them, of course he has all the room in the world to potentially, you know, chase you down, X-Mark Lasso. So nice job by Secret to punish that, turn it around. But once again, for Entity, I think in the coming minutes, we're going to have a Roshan Force again for them. Very similar to the last game, right? Alacrity, Chen, you have the Morphling, high damage. So they're going to look to play top area into Roshan very soon.
I mean,
maybe even now.
I was going to say, is this a smoke into Roshan? Now Pure will reveal himself mid.
I mean, they could, because they have the Chen creeps and the Penitence. They could go into the enemy jungle. They don't have to. They can just do it like that. If Secret come, they can fight them.
I mean, yeah,
especially when you have more fight, then it's good for you to force this fight. Because again, you're either getting it for free, or you force Secret to fight into you, which should be good for Entity.
I see what Secret's answer is going to be, as it's going down very quickly. Yeah, not a chance for Secret to head in. As Roshan goes down, they'll get the Aegis onto Pure. Secret just in the area, but not quite able to set up a move in time.
It's probably okay for them to give it. I just believe, similar to this game 1, it is very hard for you to fight into this Entity 5-man ball. So when they're set up there, which of course they will be if they go Roche like this, then you can't really go there and contest it anymore. You just need to accept the fact, give it up, push out the lanes, and get closer to your timings. Rezo wants his BKB, Naga needs his next items, and then just keep looking for these smaller skirmishes and smaller fights on the side lanes of the map.
The set at bottom, Stormstormer. Got the combo drop down onto Rezo.
For a hook.
Is there any chance of a save? There isn't. Resolution taken down very easily there by Stormstormer, and now maybe more. The Fisher angle from Katsomi. Catching onto Zayas. He'll even drop down the slam for this one. As Entity, they'll be able to pick up another. Secret, they're still going to charge forward with the remaining 3 of them. Nisha, can he find any sort of grab? He can't. Entity, they're into the trees and they're away. They get the 2 kills, they lose nothing in return.
Good play by them. They go bottom. Stormstorm was already very early on the bottom push after the Roshan. They connect over with the rest. Maybe Rezo slightly out of position. Maybe Zayas could have saved them with a more clutch hook. But either way, good play by Entity. Also, they drop the Echo towards the end. Once again, Katsuomi getting close to this blink. They have Aegis. It's not a very different game from last time around. For Entity, it's pretty much just go time. Knock on Secret's door, see how they respond. Do they even dare to fight into you? Because I have to stress it again. It is very hard for Secret to fight into Entity's 5-man. Straight up.
Oh, for sure. Sort of the team fight they have, it's kind of the Kunker, and then that's that. Every other reason to believe that Entity have the easier time outmaneuvering them in a 5-on-5. We'll see bottom. Hook in, attempt to get Nisha away from Entity's aggression. We'll see Pure turn over towards Zayat. Fishman buffing himself up. Pure will turn into the Kunkka, and again, using Nisha's combo against him, sets up for the kill, and now is ready to look for more. Over towards Resolution as he's slowed down by the ice wall. Entity, they'll get 2 out this. Maybe even more. Secret aren't too careful. Pure zips forward again, back into the Kunkka form. Another combo, another catch as he sets up onto Zayat.
Okay, that's a good pause. That's a good pause. The Secret need this one. I know that maybe some of the players are lagging. Of course, that's his Entity's pause. But Secret right now need to redirect what they're doing. Also, I'm very surprised. I need to question here in this replay why Crystallis is not opting to bail his team out with the song. He might be too afraid of. So right now, of course, he's on Pure. He's doing a very good job there. But now when his team gets chased, I feel like you have to pop the song here and get everyone out. You see where they all are, because Secret actually end up bleeding more and more heroes because they don't get to run away from these. You cannot fight into them, but you also have too hard of a time to run away. So you need to make a decision and, you know, go for one decision, do it together, and either commit or get out.
I mean, that's true. I mean, it looked like definitely quite a bit of a window where, you know, at the least Resolution and Zayat probably would have been able to be saved by a backup and a retreat around the song. But yeah, it didn't happen in that fight.
Because right now it just it doesn't look as clear to me. So if I'm in Secret shoes, do I think I can fight them? If so, everyone needs to come and we need to commit to the fight. I feel like they're doing it halfway. If they feel like they're going to win later in the game with a fat Naga Siren, then let Crystallis play absolutely away from your team, get super fat around the map, cut some waves, delay the game so that you can fight later. But right now, it looks a little disconnected. And with how Entity are playing, that will not make it easy for you to fight into them or beat them in this game.
No, absolutely. Yeah. You've got to be completely on the same page if you want to be able to match up against Entity, considering the form they have been in game after game. Entity, and yeah, now back in the advance, 3K gold ahead. Storm are still yet to die. He's come in with some very nice moves around the map already. 4-0-4, making the plays and making the money. We'll be working on that BKB next after this Blink bots Midas. And Pure, of course, very nice close behind him.
Really like the itemization from especially Toby in this game with the Wraith Pact Rush. You get a lot more value from just the AoE, you know, like reduced damage over buying any heal item, because you're playing into Witch Doctor. It will always clip him. It will always clip Kunkka, his Tidebringers, the constant damage from Bad Rider. It also helps you to deal with the illusions a little bit, and most importantly, it helps your Morphling so much. Giving Life Seal to your carry this way, and more armor and more damage than you have, you know, Chen yourself, you give armor with Alacrity. I can't stress it enough. This is giving me like some OG vibes from TI8, TI9. You know, you have tops and mid on his Invoker. You have 8 million buffs for Ana. He at some point runs down a lane and you're like, what the hell do I do to this?
I think definitely something that Secret were asking themselves in game one.
We might be asking themselves the same question soon.
I think there's definitely a chance. You know, we're 18 minutes in. So they've only got to last 4 more minutes, and they will have made it longer than they did in game one. So definitely looks like it should be at the least a slightly longer game.
Secret will hold on to this game, and they still have comeback mechanism in this game if they decide together what they want to do. I think right now, Entity, again, I've said it 50 million times, I'm sorry. They're too strong, you cannot fight them. Have Crystallis push out waves, get this BKB on Resolution, and then try to abuse the map pressure you have. Try to abuse the vision, the lane control, so that you can get pickoffs on the sidelines, delay the game a bit, get this Aegis away from Entity. You can drop a tower or 2 while delaying the game, and then take the game from there. But stop running at them and look to fight them. You can't.
And if indeed, you know, Secret, you're able to kind of keep the Naga Siren away from these moves that Entity's making. In this sort of a game, can Crystallis kind of start to hit that top spot as a Naga Siren? Like, how easy is it for him to sort of split the lanes, push the lanes out, and safely be able to sweep through the jungle?
I think it's not that hard. A lot of the Radiant heroes aren't as mobile. Like Morphling isn't the most mobile carry. His move speed is very low. Omni Knight, Chen, they basically just want to right-click their core, right, and run around the map. So they're not very fast at moving around the map. You can have Illus push out there, because if Secret get to a point where Rezo gets to this BKB, which he has now, like if he can get a Blink Dagger without them losing the game like more than they are now, they'll be totally fine in a few minutes to get pickoffs whenever the Omni Knight is not close to his teammates.
NTC not looking to commit in onto the Pudge. I want to find something bigger than that. If they want to go for the jump. Katomi eyeing them up from the high ground. Very much ready to play with the Blink Echo if the opportunity arises.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It does feel
Playing Aghanims on Morphling. I actually believe that this is a great choice. You don't need the Skadi. Not only do you have an Earthshaker, but you're playing in a lineup where you have issues to deal with the enemy Naga Siren. Suddenly you get Aftershock, Totem, and a second Fissure. So the game changed, and this is Deja Vu. What did they do last game at 20 minutes? They were right here.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Wait, you confused me. Was second Fissure from what?
Oh, but he can turn into the Earthshaker, no? Or am I being stupid?
Cassie, what year you living in?
Ah, yes, of course. Sorry, guys. I'm actually
No, you
in
confused
2020
me. I was
still.
like, wait, hold up.
Well, I tried throwing you off. Yeah, never mind. Either way, his axe is very good. Ignore everything I said. I'm stupid. Too many changes lately.
There we go. Hook. Not quite able to grab him there. See if they can get Nisha even though he's prepared with the self-X mark.
It's okay, I'm reading the ags right now once again just to make sure.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No, I think mainly it's going to be kind of taken away. I mean, it depends who he's going for still in these fights. I mean, all in all, it's just a nice extra buff. Being able to sort of have that huge amount of offset between whichever stat or effect you're going to be taking, whether it's the spell amp, attack speed, status resist, depending on which stat type of hero you're going for.
It's going to be very good. If he can get the real Naga, he's going to ruin him. But to be fair, I guess in most fights he won't be able to. I'm not sure if you can use it on Illusions. I assume you can, because you can use the normal one on Illus. And otherwise, if you really want status resistance in some of the fights against some bad rider, nets and so on, that's also not bad at all.
Rezo, maybe see if we can make a bit of a go here onto Fishman. He will drop the lasso for this. See if they're able to bail out their Omni Knight. See a jump forward from Katom. He certainly wants to try, but already off to the side, Fishman has been hooked over. The BKB popped by Rezo will continue to stay on top of Katomi, but Pure's in. He's taken out Puppey. Both teams to lose the support. Rezo getting the stacks built up onto Katomi. Will get caught by the Root Chrysalis to send in the illusions. The heal will come out, but not enough to save him. Katomi goes down. Secret will be able to pick apart a couple of members of Entity.
Okay, very good turn for them here. Entity being a little deep, getting to catch people out. Also premiering Rezo's BKB here in this fight where he actually does get to run around. And if Omni Knight isn't as close to his allies, which, that can happen. You don't have the highest range on Grace. You're also playing into like there's hooks and casts that bounce around. So definitely nice job by Secret, showing some signs of life. And Rezo getting closer to this Blink Dagger. For now, I don't care too much about Chrysalis. As long as he's getting his farm up, that's good. He's doing his job. He will come out in a few minutes and give us the impact. But most importantly, they need this Blink on Rezo to play around the map and continuously start fights.
Let's see. Definitely look ready to get Pure involved in the action once more. I mean, Nisha and Puppey hanging around the mid. I mean, pretty much, yeah, as soon as Nisha sees them, he'll pull himself back with the X mark. Doesn't want to mess around. He has got the full BKB now, Nisha.
I like Nisha's quick buy. What do you think?
I mean, I like to see the money being made. There we go.
He knows they need the late game.
I think that's...
But Secret are holding on nicely right now.
They're avoiding fights, right? And we are seeing Chrysalis, he's stepping up in the farm, second highest on the net worth. They've definitely managed to calm it down to the level you can only imagine that they want to, and that they should be doing when they're trying to run a lineup such as this one.
No, absolutely. Like right now, they're doing it yeah, they're playing their lineup as it's supposed to, especially when you cannot fight. Abuse the fact you have these Naga Illus running around, helping you. Bad Rider, he can do his thing with the boost of travel. As my holy base, everyone is leaving.
All right. Well, okay. I mean, I'm still in, you're still in. So Stormer and Zayat. So looks like it's not a complete server thing. Maybe just everybody having a bit of lag, so going for a quick reset. I'm sure they'll be all back any moment.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Copium.
Hey, there we go. Stormer. Chat to the viewers. Just shout out to you boys and girls watching at home. As Stormer and Zayat enjoy their moment here. There you go. A little bit of personal DMs here. Oh, what?
I mean, you don't often get to do this, right?
No,
You get
really
to
nice.
talk one-on-one in an official game.
A little offer for the one. Yeah, they could unpause. Dude, let's go. Zayats and Stormer microing both of their squads. That would be something to see. But,
I'd say Stormstormer wins. This guy plays Visage.
he does. He's a bit
Invoker.
of a micro
He's
man.
gonna, yeah, he really is.
That's quite something. You know, imagine that microing your whole team. One of them's Invoker. That sounds like a nightmare. But Stormer, he'd love it. There we go, though. Everybody getting back in. Should be fine. But yeah, without doubt, of course, worth mentioning, we have made it past the duration of Game 1 and is still very, very close in terms of the numbers this one. So much more of a game on our hands this time round in Game 2, which is exactly what we like to see. A little bit of back and forth and a little bit of on the edge of your seat gameplay, not knowing who's going to take it.
Secret are, as we stated, recovering quite well. Rezo getting close to this blink. We'll see if Secret think that whether or not they're ready to fight, because first Roche was taken very early on in the game. The second one is respawning in 20 seconds, and Entity's draft take it really fast. So unless you're ready in the area, you will be punished because Roshan will fall too fast.
Oh, there we go. Smoke up from Entity. Straight
Will they
towards this
see
area.
it?
2 seconds. 1 second.
Here comes Toby. Toby.
He'll check it out.
Yeah.
There we go. I know. Get the army in here with the creeps. And Secret nowhere near in position to do anything about this one. Of course, Outpost also under the control of Entity, so this will be another Roshan for Entity. Now grab the Aegis. Imagine get the shard as well over to Pure. Yep, he'll take that. Pure very much ready to go here with the Ags Manta style and
It's
that
time
Aegis.
to go top for them. This shard on Morph as well is so strong. I've seen it a few times in the pubs lately. The stats alone are super valuable, and then the fact that you can shift in a stun is once again crazy. Secret, I think Crystallis might want to start looking to cut more waves. He's currently doing a great job at doing so mid and bottom, but if Entity keep pushing in the top lane, I feel like they could force back Secret into that area, because yeah, sure, Secret are controlling your mid and bottom, but you could go and poke top lane a bit.
Oh, for sure. And with a similar of a lineup as we saw from the last game, we know how quickly and effectively these heroes can siege the high ground. This is Entity.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Keep a hold of the creeps in the mid. Secret have started to back up on the defensive. Still, though, Crystallis able to find the ways to get out on the map. Still making good progress with the farm, keeping up with both Stormer and Pure this game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Surprised that they didn't dare to look and step up top, but I guess with the lanes they don't feel quite as good, so instead they're gonna look for a smoke around, as we have a whole
No.
team DCing once again.
Everyone's out.
How's Stormstormer staying
was gonna
in, yo?
say,
What are
he's-
these guys...
Something
Yeah,
about
see.
the internet that he's getting or something is... and Zayat as well.
We're
What?
back.
I mean, I don't really understand computers or technology, but I guess there's some sort of routing situation where the players that are in the slots that Stormer and Zayat are in, they have some sort of VIP connection. Because they're not having any problems.
It's time to kick
very
Zayats
peculiar.
out of that slot next game if you're Crystalis or Nisha, I think.
I mean, dude,
Get
there
the
actually might be
prime
some
time
science
connection.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the important slot. That's the one that seems to have the fewest issues for both teams, right? The second slot. That is the valuable slot. That's why Stormstormer's in it. You make sure that he gets a hold of that one. What's happening here? A bit more chat between the boys. I think Pure admiring Zayat's connection. There we go.
We have found the criminal,
I
his
see.
puppy.
Does it apparently tends to misfire a bit, hits his own team as well. You know, happens.
I mean, you can't make it too obvious, right?
I see. There we go. Everyone's on their way back in. Just Rezo and Toby to go. Fishman coming in with some tips and ideas. Always appreciated.
It's a hacker man in real life, so he knows the ins and outs.
Steam fully crashed. Well, that is quite a peculiar one. Eh? Same problem for Nisha. All right, Rezo's blaming Crystalis here for the internet issues. So we've had someone accused Rezo, someone accused Puppy. And we'll get to the bottom of this one. And now Puppy accusing Crystalis. So fingers being pointed all around here.
Poor Crystalis.
He's asking for help.
Nisha has yet to change his quick buy. He's still rocking the quad Midas.
I like
Don't
it.
blame him yet. Of course, that will get changed eventually.
Well, you never know. You never know. We've seen some late. Honestly, if there was a team that's picked up later Midases in the past, it has been secret. Namely, Puppy.
If he buys
Puppy's had
Midas,
games where he's bought Midas sort of mid-20 minutes.
True. You're absolutely correct. But if Nisha buys a Midas next, it means that the guy who's DDoSing them has logged into his account successfully to buy it for him.
Here we go.
I hope they are. Be unfortunate if they were not. As we talk about
Nisha with the advice there. Just reconnect, lol. Smiley face,
Come on, lol.
basically. Come on, just reconnect. Here we go. Viewers in.
It's a lot of gold on Stormstormer once this game does continue later. He's currently sitting on 4,300 gold. Likely aiming for this Blink Hex to give them some instant engage. Katomi also picked up the Shard. So again, kind of a long-range gaming going to come out from Entity with the only one who's going to sit in the front lines to hit the enemies and buildings or heroes with right clicks will be Pure on this Morphling, who's working on a Butterfly.
Yeah, and of course that is going to be very nice. I mean, you consider the two heroes that pack a bit of a right click on the Secret, the Kunkka and the Naga Siren. They're not going to be looking to build any sort of forms of True Strike anytime soon. I guess sometimes with the Naga Siren you can go the route of the Bloodthorn later on. But if that does come, it's not going to come anywhere near the timing where Pure has the potential to complete this Butterfly.
Yeah, Bloodthorn definitely your preferred choice on Naga later on. Not only for True Strike, but also damage. So if we'll see a source of True Strike, it will definitely be that. But again, it's very often a type of matchup where you don't necessarily interact that much with the carries straight up. It's more so you're trying to kill the team around them. They do have Bad Rider, so later when Rezo gets towards these next items, it can be a really crucial point for them because he needs like this one more snappy item to help him reach this Blink, Lasso, and then drag them out of range from Omni-Knife. So this is why he's currently queuing up a Force Staff. But of course, we'll only get to see later when the game is back live.
No, we will. We'll see how speedy Fishman's PC is. Let's go for a quick restart.
Let's play the win probability game. Please don't ruin me, production. I beg you. What do you think, Owen? What's the probability right now?
At the moment, I would give it. I'll give it a 68% chance.
68. Okay, I'll go with 74.
Okay. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh my
Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, calm down. It's giving it an 86%. That is
I feel like this is not as accurate. Maybe,
I know,
Gaben
yeah.
loves his Omni Knight. Well, I get this heavenly grace on me. I have Chen healing me. I can't lose, but there's definitely ways for Secret to win.
I guess it is Entity, and they are still yet to win a game. Not that algorithm takes into account that, I think it's only stuff within the actual game. But
Yeah,
if
I
you
think
were
it's
going
also-
to take into account sort of Entity's run outside of this singular game, then the 86% is probably not too far off. But if you were just to look at this game alone and look at the farm that these heroes have, the fact that there is a pretty farm Naga Siren, well, very on par with Pure's farm, you can never write that out in terms of the
No,
ability to stall.
absolutely
Yeah.
not. The only thing is, so Secret have something that is going to be harder to execute in terms of they need to land like the Blink Lasso into an insta-kill
Sure.
without the Fisher stopping something or without Omni dispelling it. Meaning, if this does get messed up, you might just lose a Rax on the back of that, whereas Entity have a little more room for error with their draft and the position that they're in the game. So perhaps that also weighs in a little bit with the win probability. But if you're Secret here, they've now had plenty of time to talk about how to get back into the game. They've already done a good job at that, and now they've also had more time, and now they have more items to talk about how to take the future fights, which will be coming their way. There's an Aegis on Entity. The game has been paused. Entity are strong. They're going to look to speed up the game now.
All right, here we go. See what sort of quick move they can make off the back of this smoke. They're heading in the direction of Crystallis, so seemingly having a pretty good idea of where Crystallis wants to be farming. And indeed, they'll find him. In they go with the jump. They knew exactly where to find this Naga Siren.
Good read by them with the map, kind of deciding to not commit to the top thing. Once you don't commit there, you want to smoke. It's not there. Mass TPing on Rezo, who's currently fire flying around. This is a good move by Entity. Primarily, this is done in games where you want to maintain map control. You take over top, you can't really go high ground yet though, so you smoke to the other side. You push in mid, they push in their safe and as they've done, and now they mass TP back up to where they came from to maintain lane control and also, keep their jungle instead of letting Secret push it out much more. So very nice map movement right now from Entity.
See how much more they can get out of this 2 minutes of Aegis. Back in action, Crystallis. Gonna look to sweep once more towards that bottom area of the map. Entity keeping the pressure in on mid. It's Pure. That full butterfly will be done for the next fight. Talisman of Evasion on its way over. So we'll see how much of a difference this makes in terms of Secret's ability to threaten the morph with the evasion now online. Again, an early moment, 28 minutes in. No answer from Secret, of course, at this stage with the items they have.
The good old skeleton creep, giving Pure even more damage. Top lane, Rezo.
The setup will be forced to BKB, tries to turn to look for a last opportunity, will find Fishman. Some puppy hold back Pure for now with the analyzing cast, but Pure still able to waveform in aggressively, wants to use his Aegis to his full potential here, jumping up to the high ground. Turns the Naga Siren, starts to get some illusions going himself. Puppy drops the Death Warp, but now has to back away. Damage to the tower begins here from Entity. They'll start their push. Hook successful. Zayats will find the grab, but Puppy is going to be safe for now. Zayats able to grab him, take him to a safe distance. Crystallis will begin his own attempt to D-push against Entity. Still 50 seconds on Pure's Aegis. Tower damage being done though, down to half HP. Secret trying their best to stall this, but there's the catch. The Fisher there, straight into the burst that Pure can offer. Takes out Resolution. He's now down for 45. No buyback on the bat. With a blocked hook there, Zayats not able to find the hook's way around Puppy. Fortification comes out and
don't see how they can defend. Let's see if they get to use their spells in a great manner, but
Pure's
Rezo
in.
is dead. Pure
So the Voodoo Switcheroo come into play, but the Sunstrike and the Fisher, it was waiting for Puppey as soon as he comes out of the Voodoo Switcheroo. It's another one dead on Secret. As Entity, very, very tough for Secret to stop here. The fortification. As the Aegis gone, but that will mean Pure back up to full HP, full mana. He's still ready to play. Just so hard for them to get any sort of setup or catch onto this Morphling as Pure stands his ground, finishes off the melee rack. Still back off a little bit now that Secret pretty much got everyone back in play, and Secret will smoke up here and attempt to get a catch on the chase. Crystallis, rooted by Pure, continues to kite and control the Naga Siren from a distance. Rezo tries to get in, but very far up in comparison to the rest of his team, and gets completely annihilated.
Yeah, I must point out that earlier in this game I was a dumbass. I have not seen this Morph Axe against Naga yet. It's actually incredible. So we're already aware of the fact how many buffs there are to Morphling in this game, right, from his team. But now he made another one for himself against the Naga. He gets the Illus, he gets the net, he steals 20% Agi, and 70 attack speed.
70 attack speed. So he's sort of sending out these illusions. I mean, he's just always going to be the better Naga Siren in this game, in these fights, it feels.
Yeah, he's stealing 40 agility and 70 attack speed. So that's 110 attack speed that he gets that Naga's missing. And Naga's already not the... Naga lags timings in games, and he's already behind. It's like Naga's playing without... he has one less item. Basically, this butterfly, it doesn't exist in Naga's inventory when Pure ultis him. So, yeah, this Morphling build with the heroes around him is looking damn strong.
I mean, how do you counter this? How do you deal with this? And what do you do if you're the Naga Siren? Do you just have to suffer in these fights?
I guess you can't do much about it, because from what I can understand right now, even when he ultis, as he does an X-Mark on Nisha, even when he ultis Illus, it affects the main hero, unless I'm wrong. As we have a lasso on Pure.
Got enough burst to take down Pure. Dismember as well, but the Fish is there to help him out. Pure turns away towards Chris's cat army, just gets it with a jump though, blows up Zayas with the Echo Slam. Nisha has to put the BKB in back off Puppey. We'll find a bit of safety for now under the Voodoo Switcheroo. Nisha getting chased out though, has to step to the side, tries to turn back in, but he gets caught by the Fish and cat army. Finishes off the kill. Crystal is surrounded by Entity. Entity, they've not lost a single hero in this fight. A Secret, they'll lose 3. I mean, Zayas, of course, brought back. It looks like he's shortly going to die a second time in this team fight. As we might be getting close to the end on this one again, Kezu.
I think we are. There's an Alacrity Morphling hitting your tier 4s, as GG is called.
Well, they lasted 10 minutes longer than in game 1, but the ending just as brutal here from Entity. As 21-9, 33 minutes up, they're now up 2-0 in this best of 5, and they continue to look remarkable doing so, Kezu. They just have not faltered at all so far in this entire run, and they are now just 1 win away from going to TI.
Okay. Okay. Secret have been in this position before. Of course, Puppey has played this game for an